It's an exhibit that seeks to present an honest reflection of women in society today.
There is not enough imagery of women in art that show us as whole human beings. Men have been portrayed for a long time. Women need to be visualized. Imagery of women has to catch up.
Celebrated portrait photographer Annie Leibovitz has made it her life's work to catch up and get the balance right.
To support female entrepreneurs who are building businesses.
Women began as a project from 1999 that I did with Susan Sontag. It was Susan Sontag's idea, and I was reluctant. I was concerned that the subject is a subject as big and as broad as women it was just too big. It was like going out and photographing the sea or photographing the ocean. But the idea was to show what women look like now, what roles they play. In retrospect, looking back, it turns out of all my projects to be the one that still resonates and has a lot of interest across the board. It is not a subject that can be wrapped up. I knew I would update it at some time.
This year, Annie Leibovitz is presenting her latest exhibition in a traveling pop-up show all around the world.
Like in the original work, there are school teachers, minors, homeless women, abused women. They stand on their own. They're as interesting as almost the subject that they're going off to do. And at some point, you see them cross over into the empathy of what the situation is. These women are extraordinary. I didn't have to sit there and figure it out. It was like there were 10 women I immediately wanted to do. I was determined to get Malala for our series, and this is actually at the end of her school day in her school in Birmingham, where she was brought after she was almost murdered by the Taliban, for the simple reason of wanting girls to have an education, being able to go to school. We have Caitlyn Jenner. It's not so simple to say that we are two sexes, two genders. I think it's a little more complicated than that. One of the things that I'm very, very conscious of now that was not there in 1999 is the confidence that I'm seeing in women today who are doing their work. You look at the work up on the wall, the women are democratically placed. Everyone is equal size, so to speak. They need each other. The photograph is just like the tip of the iceberg, what these women have achieved and where they've come from and what they went through.
The exhibit also features a portrait of longtime Leibovitz friend Gloria Steinem, a journalist and an activist world famous for defending women's rights.
What Annie has done has blown up the stereotype and shown us that female human beings are every bit as diverse and unique and yet shared in our humanity as male human beings are. And that is huge. We are also full human beings. And the idea of two roles, masculine and feminine, was invented. We can disinvent them. The idea of race was invented. We can disinvent it. somehow she shows us each human being in a unique way, and yet you know it's Annie's eye. I have never figured out how she does that.
I'm a father of 3 kids, right? 2 girls. I want them to grow up in a world where diversity doesn't play a role anymore. And I think that's what an exhibition like this does. It provokes us to have a conversation.
It's important to see who we are, how diverse we are, how confident we can be. The work we are doing, we need to like ourselves. We need more understanding, and we need more work on all the issues.
Smile.